What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. Martin, what's good, homie? Coming off third straight loss in a row, third straight week of no to a Tuesday, regardless of the fancy graphic around us. And one of the news items today, we'll go more in depth on it on the finish line tomorrow with Richmond Web and Ballgame, but Gesicki. The Dolphins are listening on offers to Mike Gesicki. I know we need corner depth. Justin Bethel and really we only have a couple of corners right now healthy. I mean, what do you find a bigger priority, fixing this offensive line or adding another corner?
Offensive line.
Offensive line. And do you think Byron's going to be back?
Whether he's back for the Steelers game or the week after against, I think it's the Detroit Lions, right? I hope he's back. Not that I know he'll be back, but I hope he's back because we can use that boost immediately. As far as getting that extra, look, Nick Needham is a huge loss, right? And in order for that type of ripple effect in the secondary not to show so much of a glare, Byron Jones' return, I think, will kind of nullify the absence of Nick Needham because of Kader Kahu and his potential return as well.
Who has an oblique injury, right? Who has an oblique injury right now, because really all we have on the practice squad is Tino Ellis and I don't know if you remember that kid from the combine this year. Was it Kalen Barnes who posted the quickest? Who posted the 40 time? So an inexperienced but a pure pure fast athlete. I mean, and there's not much out there. Like, unless you're gonna try and draw Joe Hayden out of retirement. I mean, Chris Harris is out there, I believe, but he's a slot guy. There's not a ton out there that's really appealing at the corner position right now, too. Like, you know what I mean? And they exercised that when they brought in, what's his face who got hurt? Was it Xavier Rhodes? Who was it they brought in? Was that who they brought in?
No, I think it was Mackenzie Alexander, right?
Yeah, Mackenzie Alexander. Sorry, both former Vikings. I apologize. And he got hurt. Xavier Rhodes is out there.
I think I thought Xavier Rhodes signed to a team.
Did he?
I'm not. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was signed to a team early on in the year.
Checked, he's now signed with the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, so there's nothing out there whatsoever.
Nah. That's why a Byron Jones return is important. But the offensive line, I've seen enough. I think the coaches have seen enough. We have another quarterback on the injury list.
AJ Boy and Kevin King out there. Remember when Kevin King was good?
Right.
I just pay a little extra and bring Joe Hayden out and tell him, listen, right now you're CB3 at worst. I don't personally. I told everyone this. I don't know how you feel. I don't expect back till at least after the bye.
Man. That's a while.
I don't know. That's a while. I think I've told you too, bro. I would be targeting Bradley Bozeman and Taylor Moton because, listen.
Yep.
I love Connor Williams after the snap, but I mean, you saw when you watched the film, still with the high snaps, right? The Mostert before we did that punt fake, we didn't get that 1 yard with Mostert because it was a high snap throughout the timing of the play. Like, I love what I'm seeing from Connor after the snap, but the snap itself,
it's an issue.
The timing
it throws off all types of timing that you need in order for plays to be executed a certain way. So, hey, man, like how you said, Bozeman is not a starter at the moment, but he is starter material. And Taylor Moton is an immediate upgrade.
What do you trust more? Him at center and Connor kick back to left guard, or Eichenberg at left guard and Connor at center? What do you trust more? You know what I mean?
Oh, come on, man. That's a no-brainer. It's an upgrade either way. You know what I mean? So, and what I mean by either way, meaning if you put Connor Williams at left guard over Eichenberg, that's an upgrade. And if you put Bozeman at center over Connor Williams, that's an upgrade as well as far as the center position and consistent snaps. So, I mean, yeah, man, that's a no-brainer if we can target that from Carolina. And with Steve Wilks, I think that trade is a possibility, you know.
Because I don't know if I don't know if you've been up here when I've said it. I don't know, I've said it a couple of times when it was verified.
Mm-hmm.
But Frank Smith said, adjustments, IDs, and everything is on the offensive line this year. It's not like where it was under Flores. Now, he said this is what we ran with Herbert in Los Angeles, right? The young quarterback's got enough to worry about. Well, when we're seeing these missed stunts, well, we know this team can't pick up stunts anyways, some of these guys. But when we're seeing these missed stunts, the IDs, the lack of shifting, the lack of adjustments, you know what I mean? We need more veteran minds in there because, Connor Williams is still learning the intangible, the mental aspect of the new position, right? Like, we need guys. If Armstead's going to be out, we need guys that are going to be able to be relied on, that are going to be able to anchor and captain this offensive line. You know what I mean? Like, well, right now, I still think, we got too many young guys, right? This needs to be a mixture of 3 or 4 vets and 1 or 2 max young guys. Not 3 young guys and 2 vets, and one of those vets out of position.
And mind you, damn near everybody from left guard to right tackle are all out of position, technically. As far as their draft status coming out of college, they're all out of position. But we thought it wouldn't matter considering how much offensive line coaching we brought to our attention.
So let me ask you this, because a lot of people, I said this yesterday, a lot of people are really ripping on you've seen it, I'm sure. People were turning on Jalen Waddle. People are turning on Mike McDaniel now. The honeymoon is over. And they're trying to blame the discipline of this offensive line, especially, remember, those penalties we took. Well, I'm like, Connor Williams ineligible up. Who are you blaming for that? McDaniel? Come on. McDaniel's not the one out here holding. Are you like me? Because I kind of went off in the sense of, guys, there's positional coaches people put in place to make sure this does not happen, because a head coach is an overseer. He's not babysitting every unit, okay? Matt Applebaum, and being inexperienced, needs to take some blame. Keeping a guy like Lemuel Jean-Pierre in the building, even if it is an assistant after you saw the results from last year, questionable from the get-go. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it's just, like...
And Frank Smith as well, Smith, right? Frank Smith is the O-line guy, man. Let's be fair. The interior, from the interior to the offensive tackles, there's still a large gap in communication amongst each other, especially when it comes to, and this is my thing. We have a collection of pocket passers in the Miami Dolphins quarterback room. That's Tua, Teddy, and Skylar. Even though Skylar might be the one with the most wheels,
he's nimble.
Teddy is elusive, and Tua has his fair share of athleticism. They're all pocket passers. In order for pocket passers to do well at the pro level, that interior has to be rock solid. There always has to be a pocket for you to climb into. And when you look at Eichenberg, Connor Williams, and Robert Hunt, those are our 3 glaring instances where I'm like, yo, if we can't get that right, we're basically working magic when we have quarterbacks making certain passes. Mind you, they're spotty. They're spotty, and when they do it,
every rep is bad.
But for the most part, crucial situations, one-on-one trench matchups, man, these guys are just it's not there. And my hope is that our quarterbacks make it. And hopefully, with Tua coming back this Sunday, our quarterbacks sustain themselves health-wise for the remainder of this year. And moving forward, I think offensive line, we can't toy around with that anymore. We can't patchwork that. We have to start selecting high draft picks with that particular type of value.
It seems all the Skylar people who are pushing for him to be QB1 seem to forget the injuries he had at Kansas State. They seem to forget the time this man actually missed. He missed far more college time than Tua ever did. That's why he was so old coming out of college. Like, let's do, so, and you saw him get injured in his first official start right out the gate.
It wasn't Skylar's fault.
Anyone is injury prone behind this offensive line.
Exactly. Look, and honestly, there was a play early on that I thought that's where he got injured. Mind you, the last play where he actually got injured, I was like, oh, okay, it was probably that play then.
Yeah.
But there's so many shots that guy took this past game because we just don't have it together, man.
And the game before, remember when who was it that blew that stunt? Remember they blew the stunt and he got driven into the ground and he's like face down. Remember that last week when he did that? That was brutal.
Yeah, man. Oh. Yeah, he hung in there. For us.
Philip Leduc, with Greer's thinking hat on, what would be reasonable and realistic trade you would like to see from Mike Gesicki? Players or picks. All right, here you go. If it's going to be a pick, it needs to be better than the 3rd round pick because you're going to get that compensatory wise anyways if he walks. I think the team you might be able to suck something from, you might be able to actually like overpay for him.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out. Green Bay. Now I know we'll see that we would end up seeing him on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. But I think you could get them to overpay for a guy like Mike Gesicki. Because they
need a weapon.
Yeah, and a word is they're sniffing around Chase Claypool's market right now. So I mean, he could be that big slot or that big boundary guy for them over there. Now I think Smythe's hurt, so I don't know how eager they are to move him. Now, again, the report said they're listening. I think you're going to have to, make a really good offer and blow them away. I'm going to tell you this right now. Our 1st round pick is going to be in the 20s with the way the Niners are playing.
Mm-hmm.
I would be dangling that for Taylor Moton.
I'm
sorry, man.
For sure.
I am sorry. Your bookend right tackle blindside fixed, and he's always healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Get him fixed. Get that locked down. I know people are like his contract. Well, I don't know.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
For
what we got, you're gonna have to end up. You're either gonna have to end up paying Austin Jackson, or moving on from him in a year, anyways.
Mm-hmm. I'll do it, man.
I hope they're not paying him. Jesus Christ, I hope they're not paying him. And I don't know if they're ever going to be in selling mode, but. Another guy I'd overpay for is Ryan Ramczyk, but you got to hope they get because that's
he's stuck in New Orleans. He's stuck there. I don't think they'll give him up.
They get in cap trouble every offseason. That's their thing, though, right?
But they have a wise team that adjusted and get players on the same page. So, but again, like how you just said, that 1st round pick that we have, like I said, moving forward. Every single year, I think offensive line is the top priority in the 1st round. And if Taylor Moton is that guy that you want to exchange the pick for, that's the first piece.
Do you think you're going to get a better player in the mid-20s?
No, not at right tackle. Not as a blind side for Tua at this moment. No, that's the best option.
And then the thing with moving Gesicki to Green Bay is Green Bay wants to win. Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Are they really going to move a starting offensive line piece? Probably not. So that would be purely, that would be purely a
picks.
That'd be purely picks.
Mm-hmm. And let's see.
Trade the 1 for Taylor Moton, go get a 2nd, or try and squeeze a 1st out of Green Bay for Mike Gesicki.
We won't get a 1st from Mike Gesicki.
Squeeze a 2nd. I'm sure.
I think we get a 2nd or at the very least a 3rd for Mike Gesicki.
They got some interesting young kids. If you could give me a 2nd, do you give me a 2nd and a guy like Sean Ryan? Maybe I could put at guard, or they got Rasheed Walker. I don't know if you remember Rasheed Walker out of Penn State.
From Penn State. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they drafted him behind Ellington Jenkins.
Elton, yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones who got, you remember Zach Tom from Wake Forest?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We had Zach Tom with us during the interview or something like that, right? as far as the pre-draft interviews.
I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Now we
I know they'd never do it.
short.
I know they'd never do it. But bro, I'd give up Gesicki and a draft pick for John Runyon. The left guard.
That's bold. Yeah, that's bold.
But I like him too. That would solve him Armstead, and Connor. Because you're not going to get David Bacchiardi, and even if you could, you're not going to flip him to right tackle, right? And he's 31, so
he's stuck there. But yeah, man, the offensive line must.
You're not going to get Jenkins, right? You're not going to get Elgin Jenkins.
No, not the offensive line is that's our Achilles heel right now. That's our glaring need right now. We got to address it, and we have to do it ASAP because the more we don't, the more guys will regress.
That's why
like Robert Hunt has regressed this year.
If we would have won one of those 3 games, we'd be 4-2 and so much in a better position for them to pull the trigger on some moves because they can. We got to win. We think of it. The deadline is the first week of November. We're gonna have to get. We got to win out here. We got to go into that 5-3, so we're in a position to contend. Because right now we're 3rd in our freaking division.
Tied for 3rd. So, man, that's funny, ridiculous. Man. I'm not even gonna hit on the Jets, man. They got two solid.
Bro, listen, the worst part about all this, and I know people are crying, well, he's not available. Dude, the worst part about this is if Tua was healthy and this concussion thing, and I don't want to hear the injury prone thing because of the actual nature of the injury.
Right.
I mean, that would have taken anyone out, especially under this new protocol. Listen. We'd be at worst 5-1 right now. Okay,
and worse.
The worst part about it is the last 3 games. No quarterback who's prepared for the game has finished it. So we've got backups having to come in and do other guys' game installs.
Absolutely.
And game plans. Number 2, lack of See, everyone wants to point the finger at this person. Everyone wants someone to blame. But it's a lack of execution on a lot of different accounts. There's a lack of execution of Teddy on 3rd down. There's a lack of execution on play calling at certain points, i.e. the fake punt. There's a tons of lack of execution on the offensive line, whether it's actually holding your blocks or whether it's taking penalties. There was a lack of execution from the receiving core, right? Tanner Connor missed a big catch a couple weeks ago. We ended
he's not ready.
Jalen Waddle has a fumble and causes an interception this game. There's a lack of execution to go around in every unit on the offense right now.
That's why you
can't sit there and you can't point out one person.
I know. Yeah, that's very, very.
You know what I mean? So it's very frustrating because people are trying to say, "Oh, it's this or it's that," bro. It's a lack of the word of the motto of the last 3 weeks since Tua's been out has been lack of execution on offense. That's literally what it's come down to. Because at the end of the day, sure, has there been questionable play calls like the punt fake? Sure. But there's been a lot of good play calls to put our offense in a position to be successful. And either the successful play has been negated by hold or an ineligible receiver downfield, or it's been negated. There's open men, but someone comes through on a stunter, etc., blows the play up, or one of our backup quarterbacks isn't making the proper read that Tua would make in this offense. And so lack of execution. It's just it. You know what I mean? It goes all around here. So
and to be 100% fair, this offense is it's a high-powered offense, not necessarily because of the athletes that we have, but honestly, man, you have to have some brain capacity to handle what goes on schematically in this offense. Blocking schemes, landmarks with the running backs, the route concepts, what you have to read as a quarterback. This is a damn near Bill Walsh type of West Coast type of offense when it comes to its level of difficulty and its degree of difficulty, and how honestly, I think you need a full year, damn near a year in the first quarter of a next season to really master this type of offense and get rolling. Right now, this is literally their sixth regular season game, and they don't have it yet. They don't have it together yet, and you can see it when the film comes on.
We've seen the execution when Tua's out there.
Yeah, there's been a high, and again, as much as I enjoyed watching,
we saw an execution in the run game when Raheem Mostert put up 118 yards when Tua was out
against the Jets. Yeah,
it's been spotty, bro. So there has been execution. It's just not on all cylinders, man.
As much as I enjoyed watching Skylar, right, and he clearly looks like he could play in this league. The offense just looks different when Tua's in, and you can see it. Like how you just explained, even the level of execution and consistency from how we, move the football. It's nothing against Skylar. Come on, man. We love Skylar. We know Skylar can play.
Tua was just built for this offense, bro.
It works better with Tua at this point in time, and once we get him back, and once we see the difference in just overall like rhythm and because again when we turn on the film and we see all these penalties from every unit on the offense and misplays, and it's like damn, like we don't trust each other right now, and that could potentially be a direct reflection of not having Tua on the field. It could be.
Yeah. Guys, smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, on our way to 10K. Let's get into it, bro. Because we got a lot to go over here, bro. We got a ton. So that said, let's in fact go over it. We got every Skylar Thompson drop back. And then we have about 18 Teddy Bridgewater dropbacks. I wanted to do 10, and there was just too much. So we got quite a bit of film to go over here. We got about, I want to say, we got about 38 plays, I want to say. So let's hop into this. So here we go. Dolphins, 21 personnel, Skylar gun, Ingold to his left. Waddle is going to motion from the trips to the left, turning into a split back shotgun look right there. You'll see that a couple times today. Quarters for the Vikings. Thompson's going to look off Gesicki up the seam and takes Ingold on the check down on the stab route for the completion. Smart play because you're just taking what the defense is giving you. You like seeing this early on from the young quarterback.
Right read, right throw. Right read, right throw.
Take what the defense gives you, man. Yep, I like it.
And I like the blocking from the offensive line. Everyone picked up everything.
One of the
they started out good.
Keyword started. All right. Dolphins again, 21 personnel. Ingold's going to motion into an I formation, 1-by-1 receiver set. Quarters for the Vikings will drop into a cover 3 look. Play action, bootleg to the right. Thompson finds Hill for the first down on that speed out right there. Hey, nothing much more.
Another right read, right throw, but I love the play design on this. Look at Alec Ingold at fullback. Plays like he chipped and then just flipped right there for the dump off just in case that bootleg out route wasn't open. This is what I mean by there's a level of just overall intellect and execution that you have to have in order for this offense to work like a machine. And that play design highlights everything that I'm trying to talk about, man. When you look at that, boom, and then pops up. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to play dead, essentially, possum, and then, I'm right here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a very well put together offense, man. It's just a matter of let's figure out how to execute this at a higher level. And I think they're doing a good job so far.
I think we're executing at a higher level, more consistently drive by drive than with Skylar than we were with Teddy, to be honest with you. So
I think even though we can all agree that Skylar probably deserves to be QB2, all that being said, Tua is the starter. Teddy was brought in as the insurance, and Skylar is our draft pick.
Buddy, if I could get a 5th or 6th for Teddy, please, right now.
Maybe, but I don't know which team would want to, take that.
He's killed his own value, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Dolphin fans were always talking about how he looked uninterested, and I didn't really buy into it, but I've noticed it. Now, I'm not saying he is, but like he's always got that like SHIT face on,
He's hanging, man. He's back in his hometown. He's a professional. But he wants to play, but he knows he won't. Mm-hmm.
All right, so Mostert motions out of the backfield, makes it an empty set look for Miami with Skylar on the gun. Vikings are going to show quarters, but Cameron Bynum's going to roll up, switching into like a cover 3 look here. Zadarius Smith, if you watch out the left side, bull rushes Little and puts him on skates. Thompson moves up out of the pocket. I mean, good, should I say good or great display here of awareness from Skylar. There's a ton of space, and he gains a huge first down on 3rd and 7, gain of 9. I love what he saw there. He saw the open space, and he made it happen. What's going on, Ballgame?
Man, we talking about this kid looked amazing on Sunday, man. Skylar got hurt, bro.
Yeah, Skylar to me, like, can I be honest with you guys? I felt like, we had a chance. He was making plays. His offense was negating them on him. Like, he made a lot more big plays early on than Teddy didn't start making plays till the 4th quarter when they were playing off.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's when the plays started coming. Like, Skylar looks like, man, if that defense held us in, Skylar would have, I think, given us a lead, bro. I really
He was spinning it, bro.
Yeah, he was. You could tell, man, they're giving him high percentage throws, getting him comfortable, and then they'd open him up here and there and let him get comfortable to windows, man. Smart. They massaged him into the game plan really, really well.
And
all right.
He played well, man.
Mostert motions out of the backfield for an empty set, 21 personnel. Trips bunch to the right there. Scout on the gun. Cover 3. Look at this. Thompson avoids the pressures. Dalvin Cooks pushes Williams back.
Yeah.
Like, this is not pretty. When you watch it right here,
the snap again, man.
Well, it's not pretty. The whole offensive line, right? The snap's bad.
Yeah.
Look at Dalvin Tomlinson after the snap, just pushes Williams back and is going to force him to flush out. And then, he's going to target Craycraft, who sits on top of his shallow, incomplete. Just a bad rep overall by Connor. I don't know what to tell you.
The issue I had with that snap is you had Waddle coming open in that first window dig route towards the left, right? Because it was a cover 3. Yeah. And in cover 3, that's the throw. Yeah. And when you have a snap that, catches the quarterback off guard, it throws off that rhythm and timing of knowing, knowing when to read it, knowing when to throw it, in rhythm. Yeah. And this happens too often for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's flushed. Yeah. Ugly offensive line, man. They cost you play. They cost you plays. I don't
see that whole rotation of the torso back to your throwing stance.
Yeah,
it throws off the timing.
Oh, for sure. Really, and Teddy would have taken the sack there too. We can agree on that. I'm not even being funny. I'm being serious.
I'm not.
Hey?
I think
Teddy's taken out of his Nikes right there.
Honestly, man,
when we get to that stumble play earlier, what were you thinking, bro? Did none of y'all watch that play and be like, this guy?
Why didn't he throw the football away or something?
He got lit up at the end of that, bro.
I came all the way off the house, like
just stumble and throw it away.
Yeah,
like the whole play was off. You know what I mean?
He got tripped up by offensive lineman.
Yeah, Robert Hunt's foot.
He recovered, as far as getting back off the football, but throw it away. Yeah, throw it away, brother.
This guy took. I'm surprised. Like I'm surprised that hit wasn't worse because it looks worse than it really is, obviously. But he got like,
rocked.
Stood up, bro. He got
he got rocked.
21 personnel for the Dolphins. Skylar in the gun. Mostert to his left. Ingold's going to motion to the left side. 2 receivers split to the right. Vikings show cover 4. So this is a good pocket, good anticipation, a great throw by Skylar here to Gesicki on his stick or nod route for the big completion and first down. I thought this was a really good throw.
And I think the play design needs more attention than the actual throw. The throw was beautiful. Don't get it twisted. But if you go back to the sideline view, right?
Yeah.
Look at the 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen, Waddle, and I think that's Tyreek, right? They both run like a double slant or double post right here, right? And those are literally clear out routes for that right there. When you see Mike Gesicki, Mike Gesicki on the other side, I think he rushed that kind of stutter go, because if he does the full stutter, turns his body and then goes, he's going to have the entire middle of the field because Waddle is going to take away all of those DBs. Yeah. And then he would have took off. So the play design is what I keep emphasizing, bro. Mike McDaniel in this offense is just a different level of offense right now, bro. It literally fixes people to get open. It's beautiful. Great throw though. Perfect pass.
Yeah.
And I like how Skylar used his head to manipulate the defense one way and then the other right there too.
He put it really well. Only one guy could get it. So
yeah, it was a perfect throw. And in a tight window.
21
personnel. Skylar in the gun. Edmonds to his right. Quarters for the Vikings. Play action. And Chandon Sullivan comes free off that right side right there. Forces incompletion from Skylar to Tanner Connor on that hitch route. I mean,
just good play by the defense. Ball deflected.
Right call.
And Tanner Connor, I'm gonna say this, man. He's not ready. He ain't ready. He ain't ready for this yet. Man.
We'll show some plays later on that'll show that Hunter Long ain't ready either, bro.
That's a shame. Just wasting picks on tight end.
Little's getting charged for sacks that Hunter Long. Hunter Long's pulling and knocking him off of his block, bro. What is? I don't know if you guys saw that later on in the film when Tunny's in, but he pulls on one play and knocks Little right off his block, and then Zadarius Smith is just free to rush. Like ridiculous because he's pulling out of a tight formation, right? So he just knocks him, and Little's pissed after the play. Like Little is visibly frustrated after.
Like motherfucker.
Yeah. This son of a Flores is Boston College boy.
Oh Lord.
3rd and 9.
Here we go.
This is now 3rd and 9. Miami and 11 personnel. Skylar in the gun. Moser to his right. Sherfield's going to motion to the right there. Cover 2 man for the Vikings. Patrick Jones gets his first sack of the game. Eichenberg doesn't pick up his stunt through the A gap. And there were plays to be made over the middle of the field. Like, I don't know, for example, Sherfield or Hill on those crossers. And now, because of this sack, it's 3rd and 9. Guess what? Out of field goal range. Patrick Jones, ball game's relative, and if you guys remember, a couple of years ago, I loved this kid coming out of Pitt. Absolute stud, and he had 2 sacks against us, obviously. Great job by Eichenberg, just continuing to show he's fantastic. Look at this guy. Why? Look at this. Look at double.
And I'll tell you what.
Look how late he is.
Whenever it comes to stunts like that, it's the responsibility of both Eichenberg and that tackle, which is Greg Little, right?
Yeah. But so you got to split the guy though. He don't have to take all of them. That's the problem. Eichenberg tried to take all of the guy, which basically put him out of position to even be able to step back inside to catch.
I agree with that ball game, but what I'm saying is when it comes to the communication, they're not being vocal. You know what I mean? There has to be like a key word. As soon as Little sees that guy making a move to stunt, there has to be like escape. There has to be a key word for Eichenberg to disengage, reestablish his footing, get square, and get ready for contact. They don't do that.
That's your problem with Little starting over there on a whim and Eichenberg not even being ready to man that. Because literally, if you're thinking about it, boys,
guys on their own out there, bro.
You're asking Eichenberg to man that left side if you think about it, right? Because he's the one with the most experience. He's the one who's been there all season. Little's first time playing left tackle in live action in this system was this game, right? So, as much as we want, like, Eichenberg has to take responsibility because that's his side. Little, if Armstead wasn't out, Little's where Shell is. Shell's just that right tackle because of Shell's experience at that side, shifted Little now back to left tackle. So if we think about it, boys, Little's got to be leaning on Eichenberg a little bit here.
Facts.
That's true. But there's still a coaching method to this.
Oh no,
when it comes to picking up that stuff.
Exactly what you said. Escape. 110% agree with you on the communication. You're not wrong at all. But I mean,
Eichenberg.
The thing is, all right. Okay, check this out. Okay, all right. Let's be honest. All right, and I'm gonna run this back. Well, if you in Ballgame, all right, we're one of those 2022 families, and you guys keep catching me with my hand in the cookie jar. Right? But then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, for the first time ever, you catch me and my brother's hand in the cookie jar together. Both of y'all are going to look at me and be like, well, there's a good chance it all starts back at the guy who we keep catching
who was
the
doing
hand
it first.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's true.
Like that's the thing with Eichenberg, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. What are we on? Fool me like 300.
Fool me 10 times.
What are we at? 380 now? I don't know. So,
it's
but
tough,
you are
man.
right. The communication, 110%, but it needs to be starting with Eichenberg on this side right now because he's the one that's used to playing that side. And the guy should be a better. The guy's been playing next to Armstead. Little's been playing next to Hunt. You're telling me you haven't picked up a goddamn thing next to that guy, and you got Connor Williams on your other side.
True.
But
yeah, man.
And he keeps he misses them all day too, right? So, yeah,
it happens far too often, man.
He's just not ready. That's all, and they know that.
Yeah.
You know who was ready this game? Ballgame.
Huh?
You know who was ready this game?
Austin.
But we don't have him on film because we talking about offense. But your boy, man, your boy. Noah came to play, man.
We'll be all right. We don't need to talk about it. I'm gonna leave him alone, man.
This guy made 2 plays. Let's let him relax right now.
Just let him have fun right now.
And he got burned out of the gate.
Come on, bro. Hey, give Noah his flowers when he deserves.
Oh, hey, he made 2 plays, but like I said in the tweet on that first pass breakup, I don't know whether to be happy that he got that pass breakup or that he learned how to get away with a hold. Because even on the broadcast, when they showed, the guy had 2 handfuls. He had a whole handful of freaking jersey, and then he turned around.
It's not a penalty if they don't call it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I don't know whether to be happy whether he learned to make a play on the ball or to learn to get away with a hole, bro.
Yeah.
Which one?
Hey, I teach my guys to be crafty with it. I teach
my guys to be crafty with it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they need you out there, bro.
I already offer my services, bro. I mean, anybody out there listening that know him, he can holler at me in the offseason, man. I get him right.
Shout out to Noah, man.
Look at Florida born out here saying Noah has arrived, bro. We're arrived.
We're not going that far now.
Took 3 years for 2 plays, and this guy's arrived. Let's relax.
Shout out to Noah, man. Shout out to Noah.
And let's call a spade. He got burned early on because I remember calling him trash online before he made the 2 pass breakups.
Oh, man.
So let's call a spade, bro. We didn't even get a full 4 quarters, guys. All right. I got you. Anyways, and it only took 3/4 of the room going down for him to finally get his shot. The guy literally went from 30th overall to Rudy, bro. Let's be honest.
That's cool. That's cold, brother.
Oh, bro, Rudy.
That's cold. That's cold.
On his shoulders because he finally made 2 plays in a game, bro. One ain't even a turnover. Jesus Christ.
Hey man.
Oh, bro, is there gonna be a parade on these platforms when he gets a
pick six?
When he finally gets a pick or something.
Finally, a pick
six. Hold on, let's not ask for the world here, Martin. Let's start with a pick here, bro.
I'm not even.
This guy pick 6. Whoa, bro. I don't expect him to ascend to God status over here. You know what I mean? Hey, let's get to Super Saiyan first. All right.
True. Oh man, that was funny.
Oh man, Rudy. All right. All right. So now this is after we're at a field goal, thanks to that Patrick Jones sack. Ballgame, tell them where they can send their letters and personal fan mail to Patrick Jones.
That was a long conversation. It was a long conversation this Sunday when I talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a lot of. Yeah.
He had what? Go ahead.
He had a lot of things to say about our offensive line.
Yeah, I don't know. If we got a lot of things to say about him, imagine the guys that got to play him.
Yeah.
I could honestly notice how they've never mic'd up one of our offensive linemen yet. I could only imagine the things these defensive fronts are just spewing at our line and stuff, man. Oh, it'd be classic. All right, this is now our second drive. It's first down. 21 personnel for the Dolphins. Skylar in the gun, split back look for the Dolphins. 2 wide receivers to the left. Quarters for the Vikings. They're going to motion Hill to the right side, play action, and this is actually a great throw by Thompson here to Waddle on the deep dig. Look at this throw. Good throw right there. And what I like about it is I'm going to bring this back because Martin, us quarterbacks, we appreciate this kind of stuff. All right. What I like is he didn't throw it flat.
He left it out.
Right. Because he got it open.
Yeah, and because he realized the defender underneath, he's like, this is a great touch here. Because if he throws it flat, it's a pick by that underneath defender, but he puts it to a spot that's also a very easy adjustment for Jalen Waddle. And this is an easy 30, that's an easy adjustment for him, right?
Love it.
Go ahead.
What stood out the most with Skylar Thompson this game as opposed to the New York Jets game, he had way more control over his pitches in the ball. Yeah, it just every single throw wasn't a bullet. Pretty much, it was all perfectly timed and
he was anticipating windows much better in this game too.
Yep, and also not to overshadow it. That was another put together play as far as the concept and getting wide receivers open.
Tell them why. Go ahead.
Same thing here. Both of the receivers at the bottom of the screen, both were used as clear outs and allowed Waddle to come underneath pretty much scot-free to just boom right there. Everything was open for him. Yeah. So again, the concepts in this offense are, chef kiss. It's damn near perfect, man.
That's why I don't get the McDaniel hate, man. Like, if you know how to watch film, you're looking at these designs, you're like, man, especially since what we've seen the last 2 years, boys. Me pulling my hair out because we couldn't get separation out of bunch sets.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Ballgame. Sorry.
I'm thoroughly impressed with watching this guy design this offense around each individual quarterback's strength as well.
Finding what they're comfortable with and big plays in there. Yeah.
It just looks good, man.
Yeah. That's why now we, after seeing how Thompson was executing this offense, there's that word again. It's evident why it means so much to McDaniel that his quarterback get in the full week of reps.
Yep.
Absolutely.
This showed you why to trust what he says. Like, I need the guy getting full reps here.
A lot of shit going on too.
Yeah, I think the only one who could go without getting full reps is Tua, and that's because of how good he drives this offense, right? So he's the guy. Like, let's be honest, man. He's the Allen Iverson of he's that point guard. It's just over here, Tyreek Hill's playing like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Waddle's an upgraded version of Pippen.
Give me the damn ball.
Yeah. So we're seeing the distributor.
We still got to talk to Waddle about these body catches, though, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
It is harming us, bro.
It is, man. All right. So empty set for the Dolphins. Skylar in the gun. It's a 2x3 set. Quarters for the Vikings. Motion Mozart from the left. Thompson hits Hill on a snag route for 9 yards. Boom. And, I do wonder, though. This is the first time I'm going to ask it. Could he have anticipated Waddle's post window a little bit here?
He had time. Tough throw to make.
But I will say the end zone view, when we get to it, look at Eichenberg. He allowed, a pressure and a hit from Zadarius Smith here. So, again on that stunt, right? Picked it up late. Even when he picks it up, he doesn't pick it up well. Like,
I know, right?
He actually picks it up, and it still turns into a hit.
This was the play where I thought Skylar got injured, bro. To be honest, and on that throwing hand, because of how quickly his hand snapped when he made that throw, I'm like, bro, you got to protect your quarterback, man.
Guys, we finally got one of him picking it up, and our quarterback still gets killed.
But I still get frustrated with Connor Williams at center. If there's anywhere you need to slide,
if there's
anywhere you need to slide, brother,
go the other way.
Go the other way, and he does this
every
play
time.
after play after play. When he snaps, he slides to the right. I don't know who's coaching him to do that. I don't know if that's like a second nature for him, force a habit or something. But man, Eichenberg needs help. Leave Robert Hunt alone.
Yeah, because look at Hunt. Look at
he has nobody to block.
No one because of the adjustment.
Right, man. I just get frustrated when I see that, man. You don't need to help Hunt.
Yeah,
Liam Eichenberg needs your help, man.
I agree. All right, so now it's 1st and 10 after Robert Hunt's false start, guys. 11 personnel for Miami. Skylar in the gun. Moser to his left. Quarters for the Vikings. Motion by Sherfield. Play action. Skylar drops a beauty on the wheel route up the left side for a massive gain down to the Vikings 9.
However,
hold on.
Nope.
Let's watch Connor Williams right here, guys. Ineligible man downfield. Look at this guy.
He was literally run blocking, bro.
If we watch Connor Williams right here, guys, watch the snap and then watch where he goes. Oh, no, wrong play. Wrong play. It's the next play. Next play. Right here. All right. So watch Connor Williams. He's going to snap the football. And he decides he's going to go all the way downfield.
Damn, they're 5 yards up.
He went to the first set of sticks.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 15, and he went 5 yards downfield, literally.
Now, mind you, this is a play action. So there is that kind of blocking
but he's the only
mechanism. But exactly,
no one else is even further than 2 or 3 yards downfield.
I believe he made a misjudgment, assuming that linebacker was going to bite all the way down on that run, and he was going towards the linebacker to create contact, but it was entirely too far down the field, man.
Yeah, right there.
You see it right there, yeah.
Second level.
And just a great play, man. Great play design, great decision by Skylar.
Negated.
On the money, but negated. Exactly. So.
All right. So it's 1st and 20 now. 21 personnel. Skylar in the gun. Mostert to his right. Cover 4 for the Vikings. Ingold motions. Skylar makes another play with his legs. He's forced out by James Lynch, who ends up drawing a hold on Eichenberg. Thompson finds Craycraft. Huge gain.
Yeah, man.
Ran a curl route and adjusted to run with his quarterback. Great throw, great play.
However,
by right here, if you watch the left guard, number 74,
our boy,
you are called on a hold right there.
Yeah,
right there. Can't come down.
And I will say this too. I keep emphasizing this. Tanner Connor, our rookie tight end, is not ready. He's not ready. If you look at the play design at the bottom of the screen, right? Tanner Connor's at tight end.
Yeah.
Look where he is, and look where Alec Ingold is in the midst of this play. We've seen enough of Mike McDaniel's scheme to know that he's not supposed to be there right now, and he is just wandering, not knowing where to go. I don't think this kid is ready, man.
He almost got in Ingold's way if you look at it, right?
He basically did. And I'm just curious, man. I think they're forcing him on the field to see what they have in him, man.
You think he's supposed to be up that seam?
I think he was just supposed to be a sit down route, like right where the hashes are, just right there. Just do your chip block it and just turn around. Yeah. And honestly, the way Skylar Thompson did the quick setup to throw, I think it was supposed to be ball out of his hands quickly. But considering everything was jumbled, he had to make a play, and he did.
What a throw and what a play!
Accurate, yeah,
unbelievable. Man. Again, negated,
yeah.
The offensive line
holding offense.
Eichenberg.
74.
So,
man,
after Eichenberg's continued stellar play on the day.
I think motherfucker need to get $500 for it.
Buddy, I would have. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even joking.
Checks, bro. Like there need to be deductions from
dumb
shit.
How do you not cut this guy and put Robert Jones there?
Something. I don't know.
Like
I think they're trying to force him to work. They're forcing him to work.
This is which makes me think it's coming down from the top because we know how stubborn Greer is about his draft picks, and they invested an extra third in this kid.
But they're gonna do something though, because Jackson back, right?
Yeah, dude, I would put Jackson at left tackle and Brandon Shell at right tackle, or Little at right tackle Brandon Shell after how Greg Little's been since he injured his hand. I'd put Brandon Shell at right tackle, and I'd put Jackson at left guard. I wouldn't even deal with this guy for real.
It's a struggle.
All right, so now it's 1st and 30. 2x3 empty set for the Dolphins. Skylar in the gun. Minnesota cover 4.
Mm-hmm.
Thompson's going to hit Waddle on the deep dig for 18 yards here.
I love this play by Thompson, man.
The only critique I have is you got to lead him a little bit here, because he may have been able to turn that if you let him a little bit. Instead, instead it gets swallowed up. But that's my only critique. It's still a good throw. It's still.
I was going to say that the only reason it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect for me. I see that. Yeah, but the only reason it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect for me is because he threw it in the teeth of that blitz. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a different arm angle you have to take altogether to get that ball in that vicinity where Waddle is. I thought he just made the perfect read.
He made the right read. Oh no.
Yeah.
Just look at. I'm just gonna show you if he leads him. I'm just gonna show you.
Mm-hmm.
You notice this block that's coming right here by Cedric, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you lead him. There's potential there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, per the nature of what that defense showed him, as far as the blitz coming, in your mind as a quarterback, your mission is to get the ball out of your hands to that hot read, which was Waddle. So for him to put it in that vicinity, even though it wasn't in stride, I thought that was still like a hell of a play to just get the ball out of his hand because again, you want to catch these defenses when they give you that, when they blitz. So I thought that was a great play by Scott.
Mm-hmm. So now it's 2nd and 12. Skylar in the gun, Edmonds to his right, 21 personnel, 1x2 set. Vikings in quarters, motion Hill from the left. It's going to be a delayed screen to Hill on the right. Gain of 9, but Ingold is actually called for the pass interference right there. Turn the body, and they're going to call you when they turn the body like that.
You win some, you lose some with Skylar on this one. I thought Skylar took entirely too long for this operation because, again, when you look at the bottom of that screen, everything screamed quick screen to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and he delayed it.
There was a nonchalant approach to that I was like, why wasn't his process faster? You know what I mean? Because look at everybody at the bottom. They're trying to block.
I think he thought he could create space by looking off guys downfield.
And that's a rookie mistake.
I'm just saying that's what I think he did. Watch his head. It's
right.
Downfield, right there. Look at it. It's downfield. Not even. And look at it. Stays downfield. See? It stayed down for almost like a second until that pat.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Watch. He's not going to flip his head until he pats the ball. Watch.
Right.
And that's actually a tell, so you shouldn't do it. But anyways, look, flips the head right there.
Yeah.
So
but the way the other offensive players assume the role of a blocker immediately from that play, I don't think it was necessary for him to do that look off, man. I thought the operation should have been sped up on that for that penalty.
Don't
not
matter
to be
anyway. 10-yard penalty, bro.
I know.
So now it's 2nd and 22. 21 personnel for Miami. Skylar in the gun. Edmonds to his right. Mostert motions from the right. Cover 3 for Minnie. Tanner Connor runs the drag, and it's through his hands, I think it is, for the incompletion. Like, it looked like it was reachable.
Tanner, he's not ready.
Yeah.
He's not ready, man.
I don't even know what that was.
Every single rep I've seen of him, he's just not ready.
He's not. All right. 3x2 empty set for the Dolphins. Thompson in the gun. Vikings quarters. 3rd and 22. Edmonds motions, and it's going to be a screen to Waddle on the left for 6 yards to make the field goal easier for Sanders, but Sherfield is called for the hold, and it negates the whole play.
This is incredible. We've literally shot ourselves in the foot for like 5 consecutive plays.
Yeah. You can see the hold too, right? Watch right there. You can see his hand. Look at his hand.
Hands out.
Yeah. You can see the hold right there.
And honestly, per the play design, I don't even think he was supposed to block that guy because of how close they were to the boundary. But
here comes the laundry.
Oh my goodness!
All right, so even better.
3rd and 40.
3rd and 28. 3x2 set for Dolphins with Thompson in the gun. Vikings are actually going to shift to a cover 3 look. They're going to try the screen again, this time to Hill on the right side, and it's a rare drop. What's crazy is look at that. If he catches that, look at the seam he's got. Look at the seam he's got.
You can get to at least a 35.
Yeah, he's got that seam to make that. And why this isn't good is this Dolphins have shot themselves in the foot. No points again, and we have to punt.
That's a punt.
When it rains, it pours, bro. That whole drive, man. Bow.
Shot ourselves in the foot.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Dolphins, 11 personnel. Skylar in the gun. Edmonds is going to motion to the right. Trip split to the left. Cover 2 into cover 1 post snap shift for the Vikings. Skylar's going to try a deep shot to Hill on his go route, but he's bracketed the whole way, incomplete. You got to take the underneath throws here. Look at Gesicki. Like, look at the space. You got to take the underneath stuff here, bud. Like, come on, it's 2nd down right now. We need conversions, not shots. You know,
and Tyreek Hill wasn't even expecting that.
And it's because it's not even a good shot. Look at these brackets the whole way, man. Like, you got to see that safety over top nullifies that shot.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you're winding up. And look he's winding up with this. Come on, man. It's a clear. So listen, take the underneath stuff. I mean, look, you even got this. What is that? Let me look back. What is it? Drag by that drag, that slant by Chase Edmonds there too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that whole right side, there's a lot of space there. So I don't know. You know, I respect taking shots,
but not that
one. A good shot. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good shot. If Reek's 1-on-1, take that. But you got a safety over top. It's bracketed. What do you expect Reek's going to do here? Come on, like Superman.
Yeah. You know? And obviously Skylar's a rookie, but that throw was reminiscent of Tua's interception against the Ravens, where he just chucked it instead of like making the correct read and throw. So he just took a shot on that.
All right. This is the play where Skylar gets hurt.
Yep.
This is 11 personnel. Skylar in the gun.
Full
Edmonds
blitz.
to his right. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Vikings cover 1, but switch. Sorry, Vikings cover 3, but they're going to switch to cover 1. Post snap. Skylar's going to try and hit Sherfield on the pivot, but he's hit as he releases for the incompletion. And this is an awful job by Hunt on this play, too. If you actually watch him here, he's confused by the stunt. And Edmonds tries to help, but Hunt actually lets his original man, Jordan Hicks, through. and this leads to a Dolphins punt watch. Look at the confusion on him. Look, he doesn't know what to do. So he it's actually not even the stunt. It's not even the looper that kills him. It's Hicks's original man right there. Look, it just pushes right through him. So and there you go.
Robert Hunt, Connor Williams, and Greg Little all had terrible reps on that play. All of them. And it cost us. That's
Robert is regressing at a very high rate.
A rapid rate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing you can say about that, man. Just terrible blitz pickup. Terrible.
Give him the Charles Barkley. It's terrible.
Terrible.
All right.
Go ahead. Shaq. No, I was trying to do my Charles Barkley. Shaq, just terrible block.
Terrible. All right, Teddy's two gloves is in now.
Okay, come on, Teddy.
Teddy's in the gun. Edmonds is to his right. You see Mostert motioning from the left. Cover 3 for the Vikings. Nice throw in anticipation by Bridgewater here to hit Gesicki on the slant over the middle for the first down. And a nice gain. This first throw actually gave me hope that we were going to put some, oh, here we go.
Big play.
Here we go.
But again, the high snap.
Like, look at that. Like, that was a good throw. Like, when you look at the end zone view, look at this. Woo, that's a good throw.
He struck. He struck it right down the middle, man.
He's feeling himself.
Of course, always when he makes a big play.
Dolphins in 21 personnel. Teddy under center. Ingles going to motion from the offset into just an eye. It's like a 1-3 for the Vikings here, cover 4. Bridgewater's tripped up by Hunt and on the toss fake, and Ingold lays a nice block. Teddy has to improvise, and instead of getting rid of it, look at that hit he takes. One more time. This hit. Bro, that hit is brutal looking, eh?
I know, bro.
You got to protect yourself when you're the only guy. Totally. Look at that. Boom! Just stood up, bro.
He got right,
dot, bro. They just took Teddy out of the Nikes.
I'm not gonna lie, man. This play reminds me of like when I used to watch like NFL Follies, and you're like the sound effects in the background, like the whistle sound.
Oh,
it's like, yo.
This is on Hunt. I think Hunt's the one that trips him here. If you watch,
he did.
Right?
Yeah,
right
he got bull rush.
Yeah, there. Yeah, bull rush push.
But great recovery by Teddy.
What a block by Ingold, and then boom, just take it down.
That's like hamburger drills right there, man.
Jordan Hicks is like, I don't think so.
They got a good defense, bro. I can't lie to you, man. Jeez.
Teddy in the gun. Moser to his left. 11 personnel.
And
that's
like a two. That's a two soft coverage.
Cover 2 off. And Teddy tries to take Moser coming out of the backfield, but there's a key miscommunication. Ball's incomplete. Reason why we're showing this is the 3rd down, and next play is a Jason Sanders 52-yard field goal miss. So after this play, it remains 7-3 instead of 7-6. Just clear miscommunication. What are we talking about? Lack of execution. There you go. Perfect example of a lack of execution on 3rd down. Costing the team points, right? Next drive after the defense forces a 3-and-out. Teddy in the gun, empty set, trips bunch to the left, 2 to the right. And then the Vikings were in quarters until the safety rolled up. And then turns it more into like a cover 3. And this is a great throw by Teddy here to Waddle on the skinny post who bobbles it, and it ends up being picked off by Harrison Smith. No excuses. You need to make this catch. This is the beginning of a tough outing for Waddle.
With his hands, he's fine. He's trying to pull it in with his body.
And you see it right here.
I mean, yeah, man. Waddle is just a natural body catcher, man. But it's plaguing him in the NFL. It's plaguing him.
Can't be elite at the wide receiver position until you get them hands together.
Yeah, because that came off his shoulder, right? When you actually watch where it hits. Look, it comes off his shoulder right there.
Great throw by Teddy. He fit it right in that window.
Yeah,
Waddle came in there and then
his hands.
Couldn't believe that, man.
Because of this, they actually end up adding a field goal onto the scoreboard after this turnover, and it's now 10-3 for them. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly. All right. Now, this is the very next drive down 10-3. So this is after a bad snap from Williams threw off the timing to have a Mostert run on 3rd and 1, which would have been negated with an illegal formation penalty. The Vikings declined anyways. So the Dolphins are looking to punt, and this is a direct snap to Fedulum. He just can't get the edge, and this is just a bad play call, bad timing. You gave them great field position. The game was only 10-3 at this point. I wouldn't have called this.
That's on Crossman. Man. Yeah. He got in Mike McDaniel's ear. Let's go for it. Didn't work.
And I gotta say this.
I'm just gonna give it to a guy that know how to run the ball.
Can I say this to you boys? Listen, everyone wants to point. You know, me and you talked about it before Ballgame arrived, Martin. You know, you got to start blaming positional coaches and coaches. Danny Crossman, our special teams is offering nothing in terms of the return department.
Yep.
Jason Sanders has been a disaster from 50. He's only, I believe he's 2 of 9 in the last 2 years from 50 yards and beyond. You know, kick, punt, return, again, we're offering nothing, and now we're getting this kind of stuff. Danny Crossman needs to be under the microscope and potentially needs to be replaced in Miami.
Definitely
I think that's a conversation.
Special teams has regressed collectively.
Dude, like remember when they punted against us and they were inside their 5, but they ended up getting a 73-yard punt?
Oh, that was so bad, bro.
Like I was like, we're gonna get field position, and nope. Like because the thing is, we got no one to return it and get 20 or 30 yards back off that 73. And then when Holland did try to return it, he fumbled it.
Yeah, first one. Yeah, man.
Right?
We're struggling on special teams, right?
Yeah, we have other than Thomas Morstead, special teams offers us nothing right now.
Right. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Dolphins in 11 personnel, trips bunch to the right, one receiver split to the left, Teddy in the gun, Moser to his left, quarters for the Vikings. Teddy has to anticipate one of those receivers out of this bottom bunch being opened, specifically Gesicki. But again, we don't know the play call or how the progressions work. But he's going to pat the ball and doesn't move up in the pocket. And Zadarius Smith is going to get his first sack of the game. Now, when you go to the God view here, Eichenberg, he's going to get bull rushed and pushed into Little's lane for Smith to spin off of him and get free. You can't have both guys on skates like this because bad things are going to happen. Watch. Both guys are on skates. Boom. Look at that. He just spins off and he's free.
And technically that's still on Teddy too to help out his offensive line because he just held onto the ball like a statue.
Look at that. Look at all that space to move up.
Right. Just climb the pocket, and then find somebody or make a quick run and slide. But you can't just stand there like that, man.
Nope. And that left side compromised.
Very, very much so.
So compromised. All right. Dolphins in 11 personnel. Teddy in the gun. Edmonds to his left. You see the Sherfield motion right there. Quarters again for Minnesota. Teddy targets Waddle on a quick out, but Patrick Peterson's going to read it the whole way. The ball needs to be out before he's breaking. You're throwing this ball way too late against a veteran like Patrick Peterson. This is a speed out, all right? Ball needs to be out.
And he got his coverage too.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to tell you, right? Ball. He needs to be out before he digs in and explodes out. So better timing needed here, Teddy. Come on, brother. You got to make the throw. And it could have been bad. Thank God Peterson only got a hand on it because that's he ends up getting the best of him later on. But so now this is the very next play on the same drive. Empty set, trips bunch right. All right, 2 receivers split left, Teddy in the gun. Cover 3 for Minnesota that you're going to see here with the motion show us. And this is going to be poor execution by Teddy again. Teddy now targets Waddle on the crosser, and it's behind him, and allows Peterson to break it up yet again. You need to make a better throw here. This is 2 throws in a row, Teddy, where you are not. This is the lack of execution I'm talking about. Okay.
Right. Teddy just seemed disinterested throughout this drive. I don't know why he was lagging.
Not out of hand.
Right.
Not even remotely close to being out of hand.
Yeah, your defense is keeping you in this.
I'm not sure why he was lagging in timing, anticipation.
That ball hung up
he
there,
struggled.
Right?
He struggled a little bit.
When I was watching
All right. So now the very next play, 3rd play in a row, he's going to target Waddle. All right. 1-by-4, empty set. Teddy in the gun, cover 2 off for the Vikings. So much space with Gesicki's drag or Edmonds in the right flats, but Teddy's going to go flush out as Little arcs his man out wide, and Hunt picks up the stunt, but is getting some pushback. He targets Waddle on his out route, takes him towards that left sideline, and he can't stay in bounds. So it's a great effort by Waddle, but we're now at 3 straight incompletions. So we picked up a stunt, guys. Look at now. Hunt's still getting pushed back. Hunt's still getting pushed back. Right. So, but this is a 3 and out, 3 incompletions to Waddle. And quite frankly, due to a lack of execution on Teddy Bridgewater's side on the first 2 plays specifically. Yeah,
man. It was just a bad drive for Teddy on that one, man.
Say it again.
Bad drive.
21 personnel, 1-by-1 set. Teddy under center, Moses in the single back. Quarters for Minnesota. Long is going to motion to the right on play action. Tyreek's going to look like he's running a quarter, but has to round it out and come back to the ball to make the catch on the throw from Teddy here, or he threw the deep out flat. Either way, huge 21-yard gain there.
Yeah. So he got back to the sideline, looked in his notepad. It's like, okay, let me start playing a little bit better.
Yeah, I know.
That was a good throw, man. Good throw, good timing, and great play by Tyreek as usual.
Yeah, he adjusted pretty well to it. That's why I don't know whether he's running a corner or that was a dig and he threw it flat. But it looked like it was a corner and he came back on it.
Who was that player in the God view that missed that block towards the right? Because there was a play action all it looked like play action left, but there was still a defensive player that came free.
Yeah,
was that Ingle?
Right edge.
No, that wasn't Ingle.
Right
that was Hunter Long. It looks
Hunter
like
Long's 84. Not blocking anyone. Yeah. He's pulling.
Right.
He's pulling and doesn't block anyone. Tell me what you're doing here. Look at Hunter Long pulls, doesn't block anyone.
And nobody. Yeah.
Like take that man.
Look, he ran back like, oh.
Look, dude, he's not ready either. All the tight ends,
I agree.
Other than Smythe and Gesicki are not ready. Look at this. What are you doing, bro? Look at this. And then you see this guy, right? Yeah, he is. You see the hesitation? Like, oh shit, no one's blocking me. Look,
right.
Oh, no one's got me. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, they definitely.
And Teddy takes a hit.
Yeah, good throw by Teddy, man. Yeah. Hunter Long's not ready. Tanner Connor's not ready.
We done with Hunter Long. Don't worry.
Oh Lord.
Okay, because guess what? Here we go. This is what I was talking about earlier. 11 personnel. Mostert the single back. Teddy under center. 2 receivers stacked to the left, 1 to the right. Okay, watch the left tackle, Greg Little, right? And Hunter Long's next to him, right? Greg Little's going to get charged with a sack against here, but watch, it's going to be all Hunter Long's fault, who's going to disrupt Little and his block when he's going to pull to the opposite side like we saw in the last play, but he's going to run into Little and he's going to release to Darius Smith. And Brandon Shell also loses his battle against Dalvin Tomlinson, who finishes the playoff. Watch, you're going to see it from the God view here, right? Darius was the first one through. Watch. Now watch this. Watch Hunter Long here. Watch this disaster. Look. What are you saying, bro? You pulled twice to block someone, and you blocked their own player on only one of them. But the only person you blocked was your own player. Look at this. How terrible is this? Look at this. And watch Little. I don't know. Look at Little. See? See, Little?
Yeah. Even
looking at Long, being like, you jabroni.
You mother.
Ridiculous.
Nah, he definitely had like the expression like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's like exactly what he said, bro. But yeah, man, again, in Hunter Long's case, the player that's supposed to be there right now is Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe is excellent at making that pretty much crosswalk block when the offensive line does that whole shift towards the left. Yeah. I mean, he's the best blocker at that, man. So, Hunter Long's just not ready.
He's stepping flat down the line. You got to arc around to get the, because that tackle got to pull. He got to punt. He got to plant to get out there to catch that reach block. And if he's stepping flat down the line like Hunter did, then he's gonna run into him every time. He got to actually be offset just a bit. So when he take his first step, he arcs around him to get down the line. That's just nuances of studying film and knowing what the hell you're doing. And he looks like he don't know what the hell he's doing right now.
In ball game, I think that also boils down to reps in that position, and he just hasn't been in that position enough. Yeah. So,
all right, Dolphins are actually here. They're going to hold on a sec. Okay, so Gesicki motions to the left side, Teddy in the gun, Moser to his right, 2x1 receiver set, 11 personnel. It's a 2-4 cover 6, and Teddy's going to be flushed out again by Zadarius Smith, and he's actually going to look at this. He finds Tyreek on the move, who is either sitting at the top of his post instead of running through it, or ran a post stop. And either way, completion for the first down. Nice play by Teddy and Tyreek. It's either he sits at the top of his post because he realizes the pressure, or he ran a post stop route. It's one of those two. So
great play by Teddy, man.
Yeah, big play by Teddy, and nice yak by Tyreek, man. Absolute beast.
As usual.
Sipping on that yak, baby. All right. Split back, shotgun look, as Waddle and Mostert are going to flank Teddy here. Bridgewater's going to find Gesicki on the spot route for the first touchdown of the game for Miami, and this is going to make it 16-10, and thank God we get cut off from the gritty. Hey, thank God.
Bro, that'll be so funny if Madden puts like Mike Gesicki's gritty, where it's just it's so like bad, the completely
horrible.
Like just put a bad gritty on Madden.
Bro, how did they not put the Waddle in? It's ridiculous.
All right. That's just hating. Yeah.
Still 16-10. First play of the Dolphins' next drive. 11 personnel for Miami. Teddy under center. Edmonds a single back, 2x1 receiver set. Quarters for Minnesota. Motion drops them into a single high look, and it's a deep curl route by Hill as he's released to the second level, and that's 23 yards right there.
Caught him.
I'm going to critique. You think so?
Well, just as far as
I think the ball could be out a hair earlier here and give him a chance to make something happen after the catch. Personally,
okay, yeah. Let's see the guy view when that happens.
Like, look at how released he was. Now watch his head. It looks like it's his first read too. If you watch his head,
we took his eyes off of him.
Yeah.
Play action, back his turn, looking.
He's looking the whole way.
You know what? So, that's pretty decent timing. That's pretty decent timing considering the play action pass, setting up the throw and just giving it to him.
You know what I'm gonna knock, bro? You already know what's coming. What am I gonna talk about here? Yes, sir.
Hey, I just like the timing on that.
I get quarterbacks to do it when they're feeling themselves. I know what happens.
Yeah,
everyone does it.
It's for rhythm purposes.
But yeah, I know. But just think if anyways.
In stride.
I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain, man. It's a 23-yard gain. Good enough for me. Keep the sticks moving, baby, and especially compared to a lot of the stuff we'd got before this. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10 after an incompletion to Gesicki, empty set, 2x3. Teddy in the gun. Cover 2 for the Vikings. Bridgewater's famous spin move that he got away with earlier on a dangerous play doesn't work out.
Happen.
And Little, if you watch here, Little is just out-muscled and out-manned by Zadarius Smith, absolutely on skates. I think you got to feel the pocket and step up here, though. You got to feel that and step up, man.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't, and he tries to spin off. Like, listen, you went the harder route. You're not that kind of athlete. You should be going north,
in
south,
the pockets,
not east,
sliding,
west. Yeah.
sliding in the pocket, yeah.
So, hey, you ain't Tua. Empty set.
Hey, don't give Tua that type of
two to the right. Teddy in the gun. It's like a 4-2 for the Vikings here. Cover 6. Good throw by Teddy to Waddle on the slant right there. Waddle tries to make a play, and Harrison Smith punches it out.
All pro, man. That's that guy. Beast. He's still good, man.
Basically,
he's older,
game
but he's
over
still
as
good.
The Vikings convert this turnover into points, and they're about to
Dalvin
go up to 24-10 after this.
The only caveat as far as good about this is Waddle was so pissed, bro.
Yeah,
like visibly, nobody could console this man.
Did you see his earring when they showed his earring after this?
Nah, I didn't see that.
He got the penguin. He got like a 3D all diamond penguin emoji. You know the penguin emoji?
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's cold, bro. No pun intended. But that was a bad play. Not bad play, but unfortunate that Waddle fumbled that football because we were clearly marching our way to potentially taking the lead. And
well, we're not going to help ourselves on the next drive anyways, because this is the very next drive. 11 personnel. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his left. Craycraft motions to the right there. Vikings in quarters, but drop to cover 3. Teddy wants Sherfield on the deep out. Peterson reads his eyes, sits on the route. Easy interception. Got him. Back officially broken like Bane did to Batman. It's over. Peterson just read the eyes the whole way. Look, watch the eyes. Flips, watch the eyes. Whole way. He just sat right there because of the coverage in his zone. You literally sat through to the worst guy on this offense you want sitting in a zone, reading your eyes, and you threw right into his zone.
Yeah.
And nighty night. Look at boom, like read your eyes, broke on the play, over with, back officially broken.
Yeah. Patrick Peterson, who we affectionately call in South Florida Patrick Johnson, from Blanchardly High School. This guy's going to the Hall of Fame. And when you have those type of players, you have to know. You don't think Patrick Peterson going to the Hall of Fame?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Teddy. My bad.
Oh, nah.
Maybe Teddy's going to the Northwestern Hall of Fame, but
Patrick Peterson, also known as Patrick Johnson from South Florida. He's from where Lamar Jackson's from, Pompano Beach. Yeah, and he you have to know the players that you're going up against, man. You can't throw that ball in that vicinity like that, man. He's gonna get it every time. So
3x2 empty set. Teddy in the gun, quarters for the Vikings. And it's just a quick screen to get. Look at the blocking he gets. Waddle back on.
Jeez.
Look at this.
Who's leading the way again? Who was that?
That was Connor Williams.
Shout out, man.
You were being molded by the dark.
You were not in
it.
Yeah.
Molded by it.
Look at the movement by Waddle.
Look at him.
Smart play.
Look at him.
But he ends up hurting himself. That's where he hurt himself right there. Yeah, that's subluxation. So they said
until I was already unmanned, and by then it was nothing but blinding.
This guy. All right, tight 2x1
game.
That's my movie there.
Tight 1x2 set, split back shotgun formation. Teddy in the gun, obviously, and he is going to
get sacked again.
Just eat. And this one,
6 sacks.
Look at this. Little again, just on skates.
He was overmatched, man.
Just dominant. I think it's Danielle Hunter too, right?
It's Danielle. Yeah.
Hey, Danielle. That dude.
Dominated.
I wish we had him. Lord have mercy.
1x3 set. Teddy in the gun. Edmonds to his left. Single high. Teddy gonna move, and on the move, wide open.
Got
Gesicki
him.
back to the end zone.
No gritty
too
though.
Little, too late. Yeah, because it's too little, too late. It's over.
It's over. It's
right
over
there.
now.
Done. So, listen. Again, these touchdowns, they're nothing more than fodder to me.
Yep.
I mean, they didn't come when we needed them. They didn't come when it mattered.
Yep.
I mean, personally for me, Teddy he finished with 329 yards. It was the most hollow 329 yards I've ever seen because a lot of it came when the game didn't matter anymore. And a lot of it, be honest with ourselves, weren't great throws by him. A lot of it was, and we didn't show every Teddy throw, but a lot of it was after the catch by Waddle and Hill, right? So, I mean, they accounted for 306 yards between just the two of them. Personally, I felt the offense was moving and cooking a little bit better when Skylar was in there.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I thought he was anticipating and seeing windows better, and I thought he was displaying better touch and better placement on throws, giving guys, on a little bit of sample size as we got, giving guys more of a, chance basically to make plays after the catch. Now, that's not to say there weren't times where Teddy didn't do it. It felt more consistent, and it felt that offense felt more. Now, I don't know whether it was because of the install of the game plan, but that offense felt way more rhythmic with Skylar than it did with Teddy. It felt really out of sync with Teddy at times. We couldn't get anything going for a while when Skylar was out, but even when we had that one drive with Skylar where I think it was like the only 3 and out he came back and he started delivering on the next drive. You know what I mean? Whereas Teddy was considerably putting together stagnant drives to this offense. Now, again, Teddy wasn't the only one. There was a lack of execution from the offensive line. There was just lack of execution from the tight end group we showed, right? We can put them in there. There was just a lack of some bad play calling at times. If you want to talk about the fake punt and stuff by McDaniel, just a lot of lack of execution blame to go around from everyone on Sunday. Your guys' thoughts from that all-22 in terms of what you saw from Skylar and also what you saw from Teddy and your takeaways. And I know you don't got to tell us, thank God Tua is back. All right, continue.
Thank God Tua is back. And I'll give Teddy the same benefit of the doubt I was giving Skylar last week as far as his sudden entry into the game, right? Teddy didn't even, obviously Teddy's he's a veteran, right? But Teddy didn't practice really until the last couple days of heading into that game. So when it comes to the overall game plan and overall feel, you can clearly see Teddy was just a couple notches behind when it comes to the rhythm and timing of what we expect, how just how to execute the position in that offense. And Skylar clearly looked like he prepared all week. He clearly looked like he got most of the first team reps. And it showed. The offense looked way more fluid with Skylar, and we expected that because again, Skylar played he showed us enough in preseason to let us know that he could potentially play if need be, if called upon. And now he had a full week of practice with the ones. He came out, he played well prior to his injury, and Teddy came in and he tried to pick up the slack, but there was still a lingering, I think, from last week's one and done with Teddy in the Jets game, where it just seems like he just wasn't in his rhythm. But at least Teddy made enough plays for us to get us in that game at that last drive where Waddle fumbled. I thought that would have been the tipping point if we would have tied up the game from there. And I think the defense would have responded and gave us the ball back, where I believe Teddy would have potentially put us in position to win and potentially Jason Sanders to redeem himself in the last seconds. But it didn't play out that way. So overall, good game from the offense, but terrible, just spotty execution from certain guys. And this is what happens when the offensive line is in shambles. Nothing looks clean consistently. And I hope Armstead is available against the Steelers. Probably not, considering the severity.
Austin Jackson and Terran Armstead will both play this weekend.
Oh, let's see then, man. Let's see how that offensive line looks when you have both week 1 starters in the lineup, and let's see how that works out. We need to commit to running the football, if you ask me, though, man. For all intents and purposes, we need to run the football.
Yeah, we're throwing way too much with Skylar and Teddy.
Yeah, but same issue from last year, man.
I think the biggest thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Bob.
I feel like he's abandoning the run too soon.
Yeah, and it works. And it's working.
Yeah, and I mean, I went into this before the game even was played. I had already had us losing this game, but I just felt like if we'd had the best the best QB in this game, that would have gave us a chance to at least be a little bit more in rhythm and do some things differently. And the outcome could have been different. That wasn't the case. Skylar, I didn't mind his performance because he was spinning it while he was out there. I just hate the fact that it came down to the same unfortunate things that we've been dealing with all along, these offensive line wolves. We just find 5 guys that can actually just pick up stunts and hold their own up front and just be grown-ass men up there instead of getting bullied, you know what I'm saying, by losing one-on-one matchups. I mean, you can't win consecutively and in this league without above average offensive line playing, bro. What we getting right now is just crazy, man. Like Eichenberg, I had hope for him. I had some high hopes for him in regards to I had concerns because of the fact that I felt like he was going to have to go through the same growing pains that Jackson did, but it seems even more pronounced. Like Austin Jackson had bad moments, bro, but this dude is getting bullied every
play
down, bro. Like Jackson wasn't every down. You feel me?
That's true.
Eichenberg is every single down, and he's getting taken for some serious rides, and then you start to wonder, like, how much of this when they going back and he's looking at film on his own, is it starting to really affect him also mentally because it doesn't like he's able to fix anything. It's the same stuff every week, just a different guy punishing him, and it's like, damn, okay, well, where the coaches at now at this point? Like, what are we doing?
But Ballgame, like I said, I think Connor Williams plays a part in that, considering.
Put his ass back at guard then, bro.
No. I'm saying even with him at center, he consistently goes to help Robert Hunt when I know and we know the help that's needed the most is on Eichenberg's side. And maybe it's a coaching aspect to that as far as snapping and shuffling to the right automatically. But in my humble opinion, if there's anyone that needs to be shuffled towards, it's towards that left side with Liam Eichenberg, considering he consistently is a potential liability, when it comes to his one-on-one blocks.
You think maybe it has something to do with the fact that when he was in Dallas, most of the time he had to spend helping inside at the center. So
true.
He's automatically going to that right side.
Force a habit. Yeah. Force a habit. Mm-hmm. That's a potentiality, but I just need the coaches to emphasize to him as a center, stop going to the right. Yeah. Robert Hunt can handle his own. Liam Eichenberg needs your help. So we need to address it at least to that capacity so we can have more consistent play.
Let me ask you this. You guys got to have it. We've had over the last 3 games, we actually got a decent sample size from both Skylar and Teddy. Who's your QB2 moving forward?
Skylar.
It should be Skylar, but I think they're going to go with Teddy.
Would you trade Teddy for if you could get a 6th or 7th right now?
For a 6th-round pick, sure.
Okay. I gotta ask. Man. So tomorrow night, me and Ballgame will be back. With Richmond Webb, we'll be doing the next episode of The Finish Line. We'll be live around 8:30 tomorrow night. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, guys?
Well, I wanted 4-2. It looks like it's 3-3, and now we just got to get back to work. It is what it is at this point. We couldn't pull out at least one
to
win.
The Steelers, right?
Yeah, on to the Steelers. Yeah, it is what it is.
That's your final thoughts, ball game. No monogamy.
No,
it is.
No.
You know, it is because listen, dude. We all thought Skylar played really well.
He did.
I'm not bragging about any player when we're on a 3-game losing streak. There's nothing to brag about right now.
Right.
Like, we got to get back in the win column here. Like, this is,
as a team, we're losing momentum as far as that lore of we're playing the Miami Dolphins. Let's get ready, because they've been competing. Clearly, they've been competing these last 3 games, but that over the hump, it hasn't happened, and I think that's a direct tie to it being out of the lineup. So,
and I'm going to say this: listen, we started off 3-0 against 3 really tough teams. Sure, we've lost the last 3, but there's no reason why we can't win our next 5 and come out of this 8-3. So, just got to keep the faith, baby. I think we're an easy stretch of the schedule, and I think we can head into our final 6 games. That last stretch, I think we can head into that very well 7-4, 8-3. That is very feasible considering the matchups we have right now. I think we have one of the easiest schedules left in the NFL. So with Tua, we went 3-0 against a lot tougher teams, and we're going to see on this next 5-game stretch. There ain't no reason to think we can't make a little bit of a run here, especially considering we won 7 in a row last year, and it could have been more if our coaching staff did their job against Jacksonville and Atlanta. We would have been a playoff team. Anyways, I digress. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow night with Ballgame and Richmond Webb for the next episode of The Finish Line. We'll talk about the Gesicki trade rumors, everything. We'll talk about the Steelers. Tua's finally back, thank God. Even though, hey, I could have won that game with Skylar, but that's neither here or there. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Until always, fins up all day, every day.